come on, clap.ch. First of all, I had the idea of a structure that was a long time in my mind, to shoot a movie that looks linear but is not linear. And then my DP, Pascal Walder, came up to me and was mentioning the Sennentuntshi saga.
3 Hennen auf einer Alm bauen sich aus einem Besen, Heu und Utla die Frau von ihren Träumen. Der Teufel hat verbarmt mit diesen 3 und macht die Puppe lebendig. Das ist Sennentuntshi.
And somehow in my head, 1 year later, it started to connect. This could be perfect to do the structure trick, which is in the movie. Because through the changing from the doll to the real woman, you don't know the whole movie if this is mystical or if it's a rational plot. And this gives the life for both timelines in that movie. I can talk open to it because you have to watch the movie to even understand what I'm talking now. Yes, a lot. Actually, we were really trying to make a genre cross here. And I think we achieved that goal quite well, because we were studying all this rape and revenge exploitation movies out of the 70s. Tried to combine this influence with Western movies. I'm a big fan of Sergio Leone. Sometimes you can see that in the Alpine scenes, with some camera crane movements. And of course there's a horror elements in it. But I didn't want to do overdo the horror elements. Didn't want to work on the cheesy psychological tricks they usually use. I tried to make it more in an eclectic way. So hope that worked out. Yeah, I think when you think about the entertainment, probably the truth reveals the best. So these things are not on purpose, but of course you need to have a village that is excluding other influences to stay in power. That principle of power works like that, especially when it's combined with religion. Keep your people dumb, then your power will last.
Das ist der Dämon.
So that was a necessity to tell this story. So we had to basically say that this little village in the 70s has a state of mind of middle age. And to create that, we needed a village that looked like this kind of middle-aged stony houses, and that really looked like as if forgotten from the world. And maybe it is sometimes a metaphor on some Swiss characteristics, but basically it was not my intention to put that in front. Switzerland is also a very modern country, very globalized. Actually, my movie was more an anti-globalization movie than a movie that said that we should open. We met each other after he shot that movie Snow White, and we were always interested to work together, and finally it came out.
Sie ist die Sennentuntshi. Ach, kein schlechter Witz. Was meinst du damit?
Ich habe den Schluss von dieser Geschichte noch nicht erzählt.
I like his energy, and I like him as a human being and as an actor, and so it was all perfect to work with him anytime again. Basically, this production was supposed to be a co-production also including France, until the French co-producer stepped back. But before that, she was asking me that to become a French co-production, I need a French main actress.
Das sind Sie. So fällt mir aus, wer Sie sind.
Das ist nur ein Messer.
So geht bei uns dann oben Aufklärung, ha? Aber jetzt weisst du allein, wie es weitergeht.
I surfed around on the internet and checked all the agencies of France, and I found her on the internet actually. Called the agency and met her, and then we agreed. That was really a so-called typecast. First relief was that Bernhard Burgener and Konstantin Film did buy our company so that we could finish the movie. And the second relief was of course the success that came with it, because this kind of movie is not supposed to be so successful because quite a complex movie. You need to go into cinema and let yourself into that story, which is not easy to understand. Luckily, I found out that especially young people between 18 and 25 are watching the movie in the Swiss-German port, and a lot of people from the countryside. Two things I did not expect. But for young people, the film is quite easy to understand, and it triggers them on a level. They watch all this movie like Saw, Saw 1 to 5, so Sennentuntshi for them is not difficult. But for the older generation, especially some film critics in Switzerland, they until now don't understand that movie. Instead of watching it twice, they wrote weird critics. Yeah, that's the third one. It's my trilogy actually, and I think it's the end of the trilogy.
Okay.
But what it is right that the movie maker, of course, always finds the stories where he lives or where he comes from.
Es hat dort oben schon mal ein Polizist in den Geister gelaufen.
Of course, I can go anywhere in the world and shoot movies, but Switzerland gave me until now enough stories to tell, and I was hungry to tell them. I think I do another Swiss movie now, but more for fun, and then my wings will go outside this country probably. Of course, yeah. I think it's a little bit my style that I don't have a style. That I always try to make a new genre. It's fun for me to learn the genres.
Ich bringe sie Ist kein Mensch. Das ist ein Teufel!
It's like playing a song and find out which sound you have to make. And the movie making is quite similar. It's different when you shoot a horror movie or when you shoot a comedy. It's quite a different approach, and I don't like to be put into a corner. Like that I'm very well in comedies. As long as I have the possibilities to change the genres, I do it, and I experiment with it. Sennentuntshi is a very heavy experiment, actually. Lots. I hope I have enough time to live to make all my movies I have in my head. That is the question. It's not on me to do that, it's on the other filmmaker to make movies which are interesting. I did my part with the last 3 movies, I would say. The question is, does genre have a chance in this country? And I think yes. I think now next year there's a lot of genre movies coming in the backlash of Sennentuntshi out. A lot of horror movies will come. Shouldn't be in waves. I think it should be all like different genres, different kinds of movie, and a high quality. That should be the goal of Swiss filmmaking. And for a high quality you need good screenplays, and that might be the biggest problem right now. Adrian and me are like an old married couple, and we understand each other so well in making movies because we did all these movies together that I don't talk to him anymore in detail. We just sit together and talk only about energies. How does it have to sound? In this particular case we said the sound has to be like wind, transparent but still always around. And then we decided to work with Swiss instruments, for example, this kind of Hackbrett stuff, and plus an orchestra, which would make the sound specific for that movie. And I think Adi did again a fantastic job. I love that score of that film. It's very unique, and it's his own piece of art, so that's how we work together. He makes my movies rich by his music.
Durch den Satan-Schwieb und mich Kindermorde zur Flucht verholfen. Gott, das geht doch gar nicht.
And usually I listen only to the finally composed songs at the end mix. So it really occurs that I'm mixing the movie and then I hear a piece of music that Adi puts under it, and then I mix it in. And to 95% I like what I get, and the other 5% we correct.